Hi guys, my name is Christian and welcome to Christian's full IELTS Speaking Part 3 preparation course. In this course, you're going to learn everything there is to know about speaking Part 3. Before I go on, let me introduce myself for those who haven't seen my other Udemy video courses. So I'm an IELTS English teacher and I'm currently working in an international college. I've been teaching since 2008 and currently in the process of becoming an IELTS speaking examiner. In part 3 of the speaking test, it's a bit more difficult. In part 1 and 2, it's a bit more general, talking about your own experiences, a bit more personal information. Part 3 is a bit different, so it's talking about more so on a global scale. So in part 3, you could be asked to talk about possibly governments or technology or crime or travel. So for example, in what ways has travel changed now to the past? So this is a bit more general. In this section, you're expected to use a bit more formal vocabulary and linking words. So in my course, we've got a lot of really impressive linking words. Like, for example, you can say, instead of saying for example, you can say for instance, or the perfect example is, these just mean for example. Okay, I've got many different examples. And also possibly instead of saying however is a good linking word, however meaning but. You can use despite the fact that, okay, instead of however. So I will give you examples on the inside of questions and answers using the different structures. Also, we're going to learn some really impressive, as I said, linking words, vocabulary, and grammatical structures. I'll give you another example. If you want to use to think about. So, for example, governments need to think about how they respond to different situations. We can use bear in mind. So governments need to bear in mind how they respond to different situations. So bear in mind means to think about. So I'm trying to replace the kind of simple vocabulary with a bit more impressive vocabulary so it can boost up your band scores. I'll be teaching from the best of my ability to a band score 9. So if you're only after a 6, a 7 or an 8, that's fine. You can still use these structures and the vocabulary to really boost your scores up. You can use also the vocabulary in the speaking test and also outside in everyday life as well. Especially if you're doing planning to have a business or something in the future, usually you need to have that formal vocabulary. Okay, I'll give you another example. We can use a golden opportunity. A golden opportunity means like a great chance. Okay, so for example, coming to Australia was a golden opportunity because I got to learn from some of the best teachers. Okay, so a golden opportunity meaning a great chance for something. Okay, so these are just a couple of quick little examples there. So guys, just very quickly, you're marked 25% for the vocabulary that you use. Okay, so that's why in this course I've got a lot of really impressive vocabulary. 25% for your fluency and cohesion. So fluency is basically when you're asked a question, are you answering it quickly enough? Are you stopping and starting during your conversation? So are you going, like I'm doing a bit too much? Okay, 25% is for your pronunciation. Okay, so can the examiner understand what you're speaking about? Okay, and also 25% for your grammar that you used. So I've got a bit of a structure on how you can answer your questions. So basically, you can paraphrase the question, give an example, you can flip it over. When I say flip it over, give it a bit of a contrast. So having said that, or despite the fact that, we will learn later. And then you finish by summarizing. Because in the part 3, you're kind of expected to speak for about 45 seconds, okay? So it can be quite difficult for some people if you're not used to speaking for such a long time. Also, you're going to learn a lot of really useful fillers. Fillers are something that we use in English. This is, if you need time to think about an answer, we use fillers so that you're not just going, thinking about an answer. So let me give you an example of a filler. If you're asked a question, you can say, that's a really interesting question. I've never really thought about that before. Okay? Or you can say, I've never really thought about that before. And this will give you a few seconds to come up with an answer. Okay? So in the course, we're going to learn a lot of good vocabulary, linking words, and also some really impressive grammatical structures to help you get that full and developed answer. Okay? So guys, my name's Christian. I hope to see you on the inside, and enjoy the rest of the beautiful day.